Okay, guys. We are on to chapter 6. So, unfortunately, we did miss a couple days. Sunday, I was in church and I did some piano stuff, and then got some other stuff going on Sunday. I planned to get it done, and just ended up on the phone with several different people, and didn't get my chapter 6 on the sixth day. So June 6th went by. June 7th, which was yesterday, I was going to just go ahead and do the follow through, and nope, didn't make that. I was actually ill with my stomach, and I'm still feeling a little bit groggy from this morning. But we're gonna do it. I realize even though it's the 8th day of June, and we're talking about doing this every single day, um, sometimes things happen. So we'll just carry on where we left off. So this is chapter 6 we're into now. Okay, so let's take a look at this chapter. Start reading. Okay. And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. And the Lord said, My spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. Huh, that's interesting. I don't know if you guys remember the last chapter we read. There was all these guys living to like 800, 900. So now we have a, is this giving us a time frame of 120 years now? Like it's gone down that far? Because, so I guess when the Spirit of the Lord, him being kind of an eternal being, if he's with you, if he's striving with you in a certain context, I guess from the beginning, because just having left the garden and stuff, he's kind of still in a way with them, guiding them along. But as he starts to depart from them, as they become more separated from him, he's like the source of life. He's the life giver. His light, or his life giving essence, is no longer there to sustain them for longer terms of life, I guess you could say. And so now it's diminished quite significantly from 800 some odd years, 800, 900 years down to um, 120. So let's keep going. There were giants in the earth in those days. Interesting. Giants. What kind of giants are these? Like, are we talking like giants, or are we talking like Andre the Giant? I mean, he's a big guy. Or Goliath the giant that they spoke of, who was like nearly 10 feet tall. Um, are these like the giants in the Game of Thrones they had, from the north? Like those big dudes. Those dudes are pretty big. I mean, they were like really big. So not sure what what that would mean. Um, and also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men. Um, wait a second. And also after that, when the sons of God came in under the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown. Ooh. So and also, so this is like talking about the other. I don't know if it was talking about the giants or these other men, these other sons of God who were apparently, I guess, the perfect specimen of DNA, I guess, to pass it down to these children who became mighty, like Achilles and stuff, kind of people, like men of renown. What does that mean? Like men of like, that's what you think of, like someone like Achilles or someone with gifts, right? Just gifted. God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth. Okay, wickedness. All right. And that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. Whoa. Every imagination. Can you imagine that? Of the thoughts. of his heart. So, like, everything that he thinks about, or everything these people were thinking about, according to God's judgment here, was evil continually. Oh, wow. And what could that mean? Like, were they always like, oh man, I want to kill somebody, I want to rob, I want to steal, I want to plunder, I want to rape and kill, blah, blah, blah. What were they doing? I wonder, like, how could you last that long if everyone's doing that to each other? Like, would even God need to do anything? Like, or maybe he needed to save some people, he would need to, like, eliminate these people before they eliminate everybody. I don't know, because that kind of thinking, I don't see how you could get very far if this was the case. Um, I mean, there's not, it doesn't sound like there was one good thought, like, hey, or maybe logical thought. Logic would be good, right? Like, hey guys, we shouldn't be so evil. It's tearing our community apart or something. I think that the next thought would be something more logical, but something going on here with these folk. And it says, and it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. So it's like a regret. It sounds like he's regretting that he had even started this whole process, because it's like it's turned out to be a giant mess, right? The serpent, or the adversary, if you will, who's now on the earth with men, is probably just having a field day at this point. Just like, ha ha ha! I told you your plan wouldn't work. All right, let's go to verse 7. The Lord said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast. Huh, the beasts are included too, huh? What'd they do? And the creeping thing, and the creeping thing. When I think of creeping things, you know, the creepy things that we think are creepy. They crawl on you, ooh, right? You automatically get that, little bugs, ants, creeping, worms, things like that. He's gonna destroy them too. Not just the beast, but the insects. It sounds like, and the fowls of the air. Oh, and the birds, man. The birds are gonna get it too. For it repenteth me that I have made them. Wow, interesting. There's this regret that all of this was made. That's what it sounds like when you read this. What else are you supposed to take away from this? I mean, you know, people are going to come back with, oh, the correct interpretation, the Hebrew way, blah, blah, blah. I'm just saying, we're reading here, okay? We're just reading the words as they're sitting on a paper. All right. But now, but Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. So apparently not all men were just thinking continually evilly. Continually evil. Noah apparently must have had some positive thoughts, because the Lord's like, well, here's one guy that's going against the grain for sure. And is he the only one? Like, apparently, like he's the only one out of all these folks, right? Well, we shall read on. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was just a man, and perfect in his generations. And Noah walked with God. Whoa, hold on. That's pretty. I don't know if you want to take that literal. Like, is that a comparison? In comparison to the generations he's been in or born into, let's just call him perfect, because all he has to do is just a little bit right compared to all this wrong, and he's good to go. But, you know, someone could also read that as, yo, he's perfect? Like he was perfect? What does that mean? All right. So, and now Noah begat 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Okay. The earth also was corrupt before God, and the earth was filled with violence. God looked up. Oh, what's this guy? Oh, got some contacts. I'll get back. The earth also was corrupt before God, and the earth was filled with violence. Huh. filled with violence. Like I said, that doesn't sound like it's going to last very long. Because everyone is, if it's filled, people are just stabbing each other. How long is that going to last? And God looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. And God said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them. And behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Okay, so interesting. The logic here is these guys are all killing themselves off. Instead of letting them finish the job, I'll finish the job for them. I'll take care of it. So it's either more like a show of mercy, like God already sees the end from the beginning. He already knows where they're going, and it's like, I guess it's the same concept of when you have a dying cow in the field, right? It's like, darn, it's lame, it's dead. Now it's just laying there suffering, right? You can give them a quick death, right? You don't have to let them sit there and moan and groan and be in